So you've heard 3 books that all include a lot of similes. The first one was My Dog is as Smelly as Dirty Socks. Then you heard Stubborn as a Mule, and then Crazy like a Fox. All similes are a figure of speech. A simile is a figure of speech that compares 2 different things. These things are different in most ways, but alike in at least one way. A simile shows what these 2 things have in common. Similes use the words like or as. For example, we're like 2 peas in a pod. Here's an example from one of the books that we read. It says, Mr. Mo is as tall as a giraffe and as thin as a rail. Similes can be used to exaggerate. Is Mr. Mo really as tall as a giraffe and as thin as a rail? No, but he is very tall and very thin. These similes and the simile below are just more interesting ways to describe him. I like this one. It says that he puts on his best hat and it fits like a glove. If you can imagine how well a glove fits, that's how his hat fits. His hat fits really well. So you can picture and understand that his hat fits him really well because of that simile. In one of the other books we read, it said Babette is so scared she shakes like a leaf. Well, can you imagine how a leaf shakes when it's really windy outside? That's how Babette was shaking. She was so scared. I like this one too that's written really small. You look as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Can you imagine that? A cat in a room full of rocking chairs? He'd be really scared, right? Really nervous that one of those rocking chairs was just going to go on his tail. One of the other books we read, we had this one, and this is when she was writing about her mom. And so she included some similes to give you a better idea of describing her mom. My mom is as soft as the softest fluff and as bright as the brightest light, like saying she's very smart, not that she's actually bright like a light bulb. Then she goes on to describe herself and says how she's as colorful as a flower, as lovely as perfume, as strong as a stone, as good as an angel, as funny as a tickly feather, and as curious as a magnifying glass, faster than a calculator, and all around as special as beach glass, because beach glass is really rare. You can notice that all these similes have the words as in them. That's one of the things that makes it a simile. Now, when you're trying to think of how to write your own similes, you want to think of things that would be the same. Like, so if you're trying to say something is smart, things that you could think of that would be smart would be like a ruler, numbers, an owl, or things that are funny, chattering teeth, a clown nose, things that are scratchy, a cactus, wool, things that are soft, like a teddy bear, a cotton ball, things that are strong, like an elephant, an action figure, a hammer. So let's try some. I ran fast like a, so think of things that are fast. So I ran fast like a lion or like a tiger or a puma. Now, if you run like me, then you probably ran slow like a tortoise or a snail. Or I can swim like a, think of something that swims really well. If you're a good swimmer, I can swim like a dolphin. I can swim like a fish. My dog is as stinky as, my dog's pretty stinky. You could say dirty socks, like they said in the book, or you could say my dog is as stinky as the garbage can. But you want to try to think of something that's stinky. The weather outside is as cold as, you could say something that's cold, like ice, or the weather outside is as cold as my refrigerator. How about your bedroom? Is your bedroom messy? My bedroom is as messy as a bird's nest, or my bedroom is as messy as a pig pen. All of those things would work. So what did you learn today? A simile is a figure of speech. It compares 2 things using the words like or as. And similes make your writing more interesting. Thanks.